I want to talk about something that I see a lot in lawns today. And if we live in areas where our lots can stay very wet, remember St. Augustine grass likes Florida sandy soil because it's well drained. And what's happening here is you're wondering, how is this grass doing so well in this little swale area right here? Because you can see there's a lot of water coming off the roof of this house and draining right into this swale area. Well, the client has done something here that I think a lot of new homeowners should need to start doing, and that is creating French drains. If you notice right here, the downspouts coming off of their roof, they've got tied to a French drain that drains to right here. And the same goes for this area down here. Instead of the water flowing out of the beds here, which would probably cause fungus issues and leaf spots in these azaleas right here, they instead have the French drains right here. All the water drains into here. Usually the pipe is aspirated, it has holes punched in it, so it actually releases water upon pressure into the underground areas, and then it stops to a French drain right here. And if you notice, as we go further along here, you have this podocarpus, which is beautiful. It takes years for podocarpus to get this big, also known as Chinese yew. Same as the viburnum hedge in the back. This has really been taken care of over the years. Not to mention it's getting full sun all day long, which both these plants like. But if you notice, as you get into this area where everything is draining off the pool, you start getting water weeds like your dove grasses. Dove grass all along the fence line here. Why is it growing along the fence line here? And why is the fence actually rotting at the bottom here? It's because the water's draining. If you notice, there's a little bit of gravity here. Water drains off the pool down this little brick wall here, little block wall, and then it gets into the grass and then drains to all the fence line here. And that's why this fence line has all this dove grass growing in it. Carpet grass right there. All these weeds have very shallow root systems. There's your old dayflower vine. Dayflower vine right there. All these weeds are water loving, and what happens is if the water has nowhere to go and it just pulls up, eventually the lawn will thin out as well, because remember, the lawn is like a carburetor in a car, or a fuel injector unit in a car. It's got to have the perfect amount of water and air, or in the car edition, it has to have a perfect mixture of fuel and air and oxygen in order for combustion to happen. And if any of those are out of whack, you won't be able to start the car, because the car will be flooding. And in a lawn situation, you start to get fungus issues because there's too much water sitting around all the time. St. Augustine grass grows very well. It does like water, but it doesn't want to be sitting in water. It's literally strangling the root system, and it's very bad for St. Augustine grass. But they have done it right here. They put these French drains in. All this water off this huge pitched roof right here flows into these gutters, into these drains, and ends up draining right here, which disperses the water more evenly versus it just draining out of these beds and hitting this rail of St. Augustine grass right here.